Hi, everybody. It is Saturday, and the thing I want us to think about and do some thankful thinking about is our bodies today. That can be a difficult thing because if you're like me, when you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, you can find certain things that you don't like about your body. I'm sure it happens to almost all of us. You don't like how your hair looks. You don't like how your eyes look or your nose or something like that. Or like I look in the mirror and I think, oh, my thighs are too big. They should be smaller. And that is so silly. God gave us our bodies and we need to thank Him for them, take care of them. Let me read the quote that I picked for today. It says, "Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live." And that is a quote from Jim Rohn. He was an entrepreneur, a motivational speaker, and author. And it's very true. God gave us this body. It's not like anyone else's. I mean, I suppose if you have a twin, it might look exactly like someone else's, but for most of us, it doesn't look like anyone else's body. And we can be thankful for the body that God has given us, all of our different characteristics. And even though our bodies change over time, and, you know, as we get older, things start happening that we don't like very much. I'm sure that that is true for almost all of us. I think of this sometimes. I like to watch Wheel of Fortune. And there's this shot every time on Wheel of Fortune where Vanna and it used to be Pat and now it's Ryan. They do a little thing where they say, "Okay, have a good show," and they split. And he walks over to the wheel, and she walks toward the puzzle board. And I always look at that and think, man, that lady has looked almost exactly the same over all those years of this show. And I wonder how much pressure she puts on herself to look exactly the same. Now, maybe she has maybe she naturally has that metabolism and hasn't had to struggle at all over the years. But I think sometimes, did the show put pressure on her to stay a certain weight and look a certain way? Or has she done whatever she could? Has she, really worked at staying a certain size? And I feel kind of sorry for her because I think she doesn't have the freedom to fluctuate in her weight up and down as her body changes, as her age changes, and all of that. That's just a little silly thing that I think of sometimes. But I think that all of us need to think about the bodies that God has given us and be thankful for them. Even if we don't exactly like the size we're at or something like that, we can be grateful for the way that our bodies get us around. Yes, we can take care of them. If we are putting a lot of junk foods into our bodies and not moving much at all, maybe it's time to do a little bit more of each of those things. Try to eat a little healthier, move a little more, and that will let our bodies get to a more natural size. We can't restrict our foods and just do crazy things to try to get to a certain way of looking. Let me read the verse that I picked out for today. Romans 12, verse 1 from the NIV says, "Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship." And so, like in all things, putting our focus on God and not ourselves and not how our bodies look, but putting our focus on God, and having Him be the most important thing, that will let everything else fall into place in a natural way, the way that they should be. So think about that. When you take your next long look in the mirror, don't criticize yourself, but instead look for all the good things about your body and thank God for the body He's given you. All right, that's my thankful thinking ramble today, and I'll be back tomorrow with some more thoughts and another quote. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.